Ladies and gentlemen, big hairy news. Big hairy news.
Hey, kia ora koutou te whānau. Welcome back to Big Hero News Friday edition with myself and Magenta. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad actually. It's been well, I've been busy getting stuff ready and things actually got ready on time, so that's always a good day.
It's good. Your
How
hair's
about
looking
you?
lovely. It's grown a little
Thanks.
bit.
I washed it. Yeah, I got roots that I need to do, but yeah.
I'm the same. You say the same thing I do
washing
when someone
is so
compliments my hair.
I mean, it really does. It looks good for like the first 2 days and then yeah, it goes down for hell from there. But yeah, no, it's been a
Yep.
good week. I actually got my bingo in, which was good. I put some
Nice.
D&D in, and I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 before we started, so can't complain.
Nice.
How about you?
It's been a good week. Been a very good week. I watched the elections that were happening over in the States.
Yeah.
Watching those roll in. That was like the highlight of my week, was seeing Mondani win.
Yes.
And it's a bit of a pep in my step now. Just I don't know, it's just nice to see someone with progressive policies actually break through. And then I guess we'll just wait and see what happens and whether or not he can make these things happen, you know, considering the system that he's working within. But yeah, that was kind of the highlight of my week. And yeah, it's just been a generally good week. Got my mum in town, so I got a busy weekend.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, hanging out with the fam.
Yeah. So it's gonna be good. It's very good.
Very good.
Hope everyone in the chat had a wonderful week as well. We've got a bit of a special one tonight.
Yeah.
In that it might be a bit of a celebration and an anniversary celebration of the
Just
Friday night show.
Right? God. 1 year.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Been around for a little while, I guess. Just a little while.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll stay around for a little while longer too, you know.
Yeah. It would be
If
nice.
people will continue to have us.
Hopefully. I think everyone's enjoyed. I think we've got a lovely little Friday community that's joined us, come around and supported us, which is wonderful. So
yeah,
thanks, guys.
I was talking to a little bit in the beginning of the chat earlier today, and I was like, wow, it's been a year and it's good to see the same faces, the same names are still hanging out. And it's just, yeah. And obviously I've made us up a bit of a video treat tonight. It was my turn to do the video editing, guys. I hope it's right. There's like, I will warn, there's a couple of points near the ends of them where something happens with the audio a little. Couldn't really do anything about that, but it's fine.
That's right.
It's nothing too bad. But yeah, I thought we could kind of go back, and it's a little bit of an out of context and / highlight reel, so that might replace some of the memes tonight. We'll see how we go, just because time. But I'm excited for you guys to see it.
Yes, I'm excited to see it. It'd be nice to have a wander back through time. Probably the big story I've got tonight is the final report from the military bootcamp program.
Yes.
Has been released, and I thought I'd do my due diligence and actually go through it myself. It's been quite an interesting, eye-opening experience. A little bit of challenging the old biases, which is sometimes a good thing. But there are some things that will not surprise anyone. That's for sure.
I'm sure.
Yes, so we'll have a look at that. I also heard today, which we'll have a quick look at, is that the providers for the 2026 school lunch program have changed, and Compass is out. So
get dunked on.
Yeah, so we'll have a quick look at those providers, and then there was a couple of comments on what have they been calling it? Big Herald Now? Is that what the boys have been calling it?
Yeah, Big Herald Now, Big Herald News, either.
The Ryan speaks to a panel. Forgotten the guy's name, and I don't know her name either. I should really look these things up. A bit of a panel talking about some of the changes that happened this week around the climate change stuff that just almost seems to be every week at the moment. With emission targets and Paris agreements, all this sort of stuff. But there were some really good comments, and specifically about James Shaw and some of the work that he did in sort of being a lot of the bipartisan stuff that he did, and how that's kind of just being shat on. His legacy's being shat on by this government, that's for sure. So we'll go through a bit of that as well, because I think that's important to highlight. And there was just a few comments there. And then obviously, memes and highlights. Looking back at the year.
Right.
Year that was.
I mean, we can do the little TLDR for the week that's been, if we want to quickly get through that.
Go for it.
I don't even remember what I put in here. Rip Bozo, Cuomo campaign, Charlie Kirk, and Dick Cheney. I don't know if you know what this anime is, but Surround Mamdani.
No, I'm not. It's
I just thought that was so good. But I mean, walkable cities. Oh, David Seymour being gross, insinuating that he could be a Maori in charge of our country. Ugh. Yeah, grim. I mean, there's been so much when it comes to Luxon. I feel like where do you start at the moment? And this is so good. So a teacher went to a monsters theme Halloween party dressed as the new curriculum, and you can see the New Zealand curriculum tab. I can't read that, but so good. And that was our week. Nice and short.
Nice. Very short. I'm surprised. All right, how are we going to do this? Are we going to do deep dive, or do we do short, and then, or should we do highlights? What are we feeling, guys?
Have
we just got the one video, or is it two?
It's two, so I split it into two because it ended up being close to 8 minutes long. So I thought, just to kind of give us a bit of, I mean, we can watch them back to back if we want to. No one's stopping us, but I'm happy to do either. I figure we probably should do the housekeeping before we do either.
Oh yeah, that's probably important. I always forget that.
Nah, honestly,
just
fair
a little
enough.
bit. Have you got it up, or do you want me to throw it up?
No, I don't. But I put the little QR code. I'm always pointing the wrong direction whenever I do these things. But yes, podcast awards, please
podcast
vote.
Awards. We need to be able to say "suck it" to Bomber, because didn't he beat us last time? Dick.
Honestly, I can't even remember. It's been so long. It's been like a year. Okay. Don't expect me to remember this, but I've got the website up, so why not?
Oh, I
got it.
I can throw it up.
Nah, you go.
No, I got it all sorted.
It.
All done.
Chuck her
Sorry,
up.
I don't know how to. It's annoying that it shows on my tabs. Yes, right. Find all of the things at bhn.nz. That's where you'll find our latest videos. And also our merchandise. Woohoo! I'm gonna have to get my hands on some of these pins, man.
Oh yeah, the pins are just beautiful.
And some dogs. I've got to have some dogs. That'll be cool. Then there's also links to our other shows on the network. You got Locked Out with Craig Rennie and The Frontline and Shorts. And yeah, it's kind of a hub for all of the good things. And then there should be, actually, now I'm wondering, is there do we have our own under Big Hairy News?
Yes. There should be.
The Friday one's disappeared.
Oh no, got the
Oh.
top one.
Is it the top one? Oh,
Yeah, there
okay.
you go.
UI.
There you go.
There you go.
If you try to
I'm
look
gonna
it on the
have to-
phone, I don't think it always shows up either. Actually, I need to put that in the feedback.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I need to do some UI testing on the website or UX testing on the website. Hey, we both have profiles now.
Yeah, look at us,
Look at us being
all
cool.
a professional and shit. I guess.
Yes. You can also find on here the Patreon link and the link to our Discord, which lots of people like to join us on. Also, a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon who help make the show possible. Yeah, we couldn't do this without you. Yeah. Help the old Christmas party go ahead, all of that sort of thing. If you want to join us, you can. Go to patreon.com/BigHairyNews and you can sign up there, or you can support us in many other ways. You can support us through super chats. You can also support us through joining the chat live. You can also support us by sharing our links. There's lots of ways you can do it, whatever you're most comfortable with. Yeah, but we appreciate you and all of the things that you do. And thanks for supporting us for the last year and helping the boys grow so that we could join them. Just good.
Right. No, it's awesome. All right. Well, I guess speaking of that, we might as well just get into our first anniversary video. I've called it.
This scares me.
I mean, to be fair, you probably should be afraid because I got to take you out of context, and oh man, I had so much fun doing this. It was a very long process, but honestly, so worth it. Yeah, I guess here we go.
Let us welcome to the show a couple of people who you may hopefully get to know over the next wee while. Let's welcome to the show already a fan favourite, Emily, and soon to be new fan favourite, Magenta. Hello, team.
I need to change my colours somehow, and we can get some sort of Voltron thing going on.
Blue. Go blue, because it's kind of a green.
Oh my god.
Because I'm brown. Would that be kind of brown? You give that the credit to brown?
There we go.
There you go.
The beginnings of
that's
the
not
Power
bad.
Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel left out.
Yes, I love this.
I just realized that it's kind of almost like the precursor to our T-shirt. Really? It's the
Oh
full-
yeah,
full
it
square.
is.
It was almost like the universe was trying to tell us. Anyway,
That's cool.
The little anime nerd inside is just like, oh my god, we need rings now, and oh, I'm so excited.
Let our powers combine. That was what it was.
Hey, hello.
Bowls. That's it.
Fucking bowls, though.
Fucking balls,
Classic.
This is a man who has been on fewer farms than Erica Stanford has called Jansenetti names. He has come from the heart of Auckland. He might be a member of the National Farm Party, and I recognise that they have farmers, but Simeon Brown is not one of those. Remember that time he stood on the side of the road with a shovel and pretended he would dig a hole? His shovel wasn't even dirty, and his boots weren't even dirty. Look, I will take contributions from the likes of Mike Butterick, who I respect, and the other farmers in that, but I will not stand here and be chirped at by a bloke who's never even visited a farm. Madam.
Yes.
So that's allowed.
Absolutely.
He just roasted him.
Yep.
Actually
So
answering the
sad.
conversation.
Look at that face.
Yeah.
He just
It's
looks
just,
so sad.
and honestly, he should be.
And I hope David Seymour was shitting his pants.
Oh, Seymour proposes N-word principles bill. It's time New Zealand had a say. Oh, I'm a hot bitch, okay? I get really, really
That's good.
sweaty.
You can see I've got an extra human with me today in the flesh. Well, for me, it's still virtual for you guys.
Whoa! Temporary. Can we hear anything? Sorry, people.
Our first
It
flop.
doesn't work unless there's a top and bottom.
Luigi.
Luigi.
Hey, kia ora koutou whānau. Welcome back to another edition of Bright Hairy News. How are we all? Is that right? Bright
Good.
hairless news, bright hard news, with a heart.
I mean,
Nah, thanks for watching the Friday show and enjoying it, and it's only going to get better. I hope. Or
Very
worse.
cool.
It might
Always.
just get
But it will-
deteriorate more.
it will get something. it will change somehow, and
Yes.
people should be here to witness the change. Better?
Yes.
Worse?
Look,
OG Friday night people. Hey, welcome everybody. We're back.
What it do?
Not Pat, and that is not Chewy. That is
Hello.
Magenta, and I'm Ems. I love Philly D. You might not fuck with politics, but politics will fuck
Politics
with
will
you.
fuck with you. Yeah, exactly. Fuck that guy. Oh shit.
Basic Science 101. Come at me. The news is definitely broken today that there's been a ceasefire.
Like, you know, like without BHN, my routines are like all out of whack. Maya Haramaya Tefano, and welcome to the first ever episode of Right Here in News for 2025. And look, I have with me a Wookiee that did turn up,
I'm
and
here.
a surprise detective, Rogernomics.
Hello. I don't have my.
Shit fuck scumbag way.
Meme sandwiches.
Trigger warnings because we're snowflakes. I love the way you look like you're
Gearing
ready to
up.
fucking go on, mate. You're like, come at me, boy.
Find in the way.
Kinda was. Big garage door opened. Everyone went quiet, but I yelled out, "Big door for the little man!"
Like, it's breakfast time. It's all kind of fun and games. And then she's like, yeah, answer the fucking question.
So probably a bit
Aw.
more face planting than I expected. But
Whew, kind of spicy.
So you can blame Pat for whatever this is.
Like, there's so many fiscal holes. It could be a hentai for real. Happy Pride, everyone.
Hey!
So screw you and screw everybody else for a very right.
So what the fuck are you doing? Yes, Elo.
Yeah, well, that was our first half of us, because I went through and there's at least one clip from every fucking episode. I
Yay.
went deep, but I
Good
hope
on
you
you.
enjoyed seeing that first half. I see we got a Rogernomics jump scare. There's gonna be a few jump scares in this, I mean, but also, oh, thank you, you're beautiful.
No, thank you. No, that was a lovely trip. A lovely
Yeah.
trip backwards.
Right?
And now we're about
And-
to take another trip backwards that's not so great, but that's okay.
yeah.
Gotta
It's
do what we
always
gotta
like
do, right?
this. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I think we've got a few super chats before we go too far,
Oh,
otherwise
yes.
we might start brewing them. So we'll jump through those first with Mr. Alex, just wanting to ask Magenta and Ems if you're interested on interviewing Ban the Boom and the people, including Animates, who initiated the Poor Prince petition to ban the retail sale of fireworks. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Second to that is there's also a push to ban the retail sale of fireworks because currently in the Parliament Bills 10, which happens if passed, will ban the retail sale of fireworks, and it needs 61 MPs to sponsor.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm all
Yeah, I
for
wonder
it.
what's going to happen there, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not. I kind of sit in Pat's boat as well, where I'm like, I'm not 100% against it, but at the same time, I probably am more against it than, like, more for banning them than
Yeah.
keeping them around, because so often, especially in like the city centre, you have people like. It was fine when you lived in like a small town and like there's a park 3 houses down and there's a community park just about everywhere in like, you know, suburban areas. So people don't just do it in their backyards, which you can't do in a city living because you've got apartments sandwiched around you and like cars just like fucking everywhere. So you can't just go down to your local park and shoot them off, which used to be the case when we were probably kids. But now that I sort of live in the inner city, then I'm like, yeah, they're not really safe in this kind of environment. So, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I've never bought fireworks. So,
Honestly, they're not
like-
worth the money.
and I agree with, I think Pat was saying, or even Chewy was saying, like, people, like I hear them going off in the middle of summer at like 6 p.m.
Oh, that infuriates me.
What's the fucking point, guys? If you're gonna
it's
do
a
it,
waste.
just do it. Like, do it correctly. Oh, what a waste!
I know,
Absolute waste.
It gets me actually mad, but I mean, I'm definitely more for banning them because I think I care more about animals, and I mean, especially living in a city and thinking about how just the light pollution alone is already affecting like the local wildlife so much. For
Yeah.
me, I'm kind of like, also like, I know that like whales, they can hear fireworks, so it could actually
Wow.
mess with them. Yeah, like, so it's not just the, you know, birds or dogs and that, like, they're all wildlife. So,
Wow.
and
There you
yeah,
go.
so that's where I sit.
Nice. I'll do these last little super chats, then we'll carry on. Kiwi Bird for $2 says Bomber versus M's cage fight win. Yes.
Fuck yeah. Are we allowed
Yes.
to beat up the elderly though? Isn't that elderly abuse?
Yeah, I think it is senior citizen abuse.
Actually, I don't even know
Mr.
how old Bomber is.
Harvid's happy 1 year. And Danger of Mouse. Oh my god, 1 year already. Celebrate. Yeah. Yeah. Fun times. All right, let's change the mood and get angry.
Yay!
It's a little bit more positive than negative, I think. Surprisingly. So let's jump into this one. So the final report of the implementation of the boot camps has been released. And this pretty much very perfectly sums it up. Implementation of bootcamp rushed, and the report concludes. And then they've got a wee bit of the findings and things like that. He's actually probably pretty good just to start us off with. So insufficient time for implementation, transitions were a challenge, continuity of therapeutic support, clinical capacity in the residential phase, and whānau intervention, kind of the top parts of the report that we're going to look at. So let's go. We're going to do a bit of a timeline through the process to where we are today. The headlines, obviously, we've seen a lot of them. We've seen the unfortunate death of one of the people in the program. We saw the repercussions of that. We saw the runaways. We saw the reoffending. We saw a lot of that stuff was kind of like the headline stuff, which makes sense. It's not great if you've got 10 people and 7 of them during the program, like, were all reoffending or something was like pretty bad. So rightly so, it was being criticized throughout. But I thought I would dive into the final report to kind of get an idea of what to be honest, the thing I really wanted is I wanted to know what the military stuff was. I wanted to get an understanding of like what the military component of it was, because I think all of us sort of hear military style boot camp and they think kids being yelled at, screamed at, like semi-tortured and like physically, like low-level physical torture, like in, I don't know, water buckets thrown on them. That's like that kind of stuff where it's like, it's kind of mean and physical and like being, not only that, but like verbal abuse and things like that. So I was kind of like, I want to just double check. But interestingly enough, in the final eval, there is almost no critique on the military style stuff specifically, which is quite interesting. But I did eventually, looking back a little bit further, actually get an understanding of what military style implementations they actually, like what they actually implemented from the previous programs and also from the voluntary, LSV. I can't remember what it's.
Oh yeah,
technical for.
LSV, Limited Return Service Volunteer.
Yeah, something like that, which is another sort of bridging program that the Defence Force offers, kind of adjacent to the Defence Force of sorts. So done a wee bit of a deep dive for you. So I'm going to take you back through time and we'll get a better sort of bigger picture of like where this report has kind of come out of. We'll start there with the cabinet paper. I've had fun because I've been highlighting stuff.
Hell yeah.
Which makes for a fun time. So we all kind of know. Also, I might be missing like little bits and pieces because this is not really my forte. This is probably someone who's like, oh no, you should look at this first and look at that first. But I've kind of just go to the report and then it's got links and I kind of followed back. And this is where I ended up with things. So we'll start with the cabinet paper. The cabinet paper is in my notes. And I've highlighted things. I've highlighted things. I've highlighted things. I have highlighted things. Wait, is this? That's not page 3. It is page 3. Is there more than one page 3? There's more than one page 3. Thought I was going crazy.
Oh,
okay. So, the broad design of the MAC military, I've not seen that one. Military Academy? I don't know. What is MAC? They didn't put what MAC is. Hang on. Now I'm curious. I remember seeing military style something. Where's the MAC? No? Okay, well, military style academy. I can't remember what the you know what? Never mind. I don't know. MAC. It's basically talking about the program that run from like 2010 to 2016, I think it was. All right, so the broad design of the MAC program in New Zealand sought to limit the extent of military component as compared with similar programs overseas and increase the use of educational programs and programs with a youth focus. So this was the one that was back in the day that was between 2010 and 2016. So I think overseas they've been a lot more military focused, a lot more of the yelling and screaming and things. And our program was supposed to be a little bit, away from that, which just about every report there is out there says that the military style approach does not really work. So the evaluation of the MAC2 found the residential component of the MAC improved the attitude and motivation of young people to address their offending. However, a lack of robust support that addresses the cause of the young person's offending meant improved outcomes were not realised to the extent they might have been, indicating a community-based program may also be required once the young people leave the residence to provide enough time for effective support and be delivered in long-term behaviour change for the young people. A lack of transitional support and intervention with family and whānau were also identified as shortcomings. Transitioning young people back to their families and communities from Christchurch, which is where the program is run, was cited as a particular difficulty. 73% of those on the program were from the North Island, which makes sense. Okay, you're sitting in Christchurch, you're not from Christchurch, you're not from the South Island, so not really a great place to be released to or having to move back to a different area. So there were key lessons from what works from that program. So this is, by the way, this is the cabinet paper. So this is what the cabinet identified before they'd done any of the design stuff. This is like, we're looking at what was the program that existed before. We're looking at what came out of that, what their learnings were, which is going to inform the next. Thank you. Thank you. Military style activity camp. It's a nice word for it. So what were the key lessons and what worked from the original program? So a comprehensive assessment of suitability needs and criminogenic factors prior to selection is needed. Providing a comprehensive and multifaceted intensive academy component curriculum that incorporates and integrates military style elements as well as therapeutic, educational, vocational, cultural, life skills component is key to this success. Intensive case management and transitional support, including ongoing training, mentoring, and support for the teenagers and their family and whānau, provide for support for not just the teenagers, but the whānau and siblings at the earliest opportunity and continue this through the transition and support phases. Effective responses to reoffending are needed and should be considered in advance, as there is often a path towards dissonance of less serious and less frequent offending, rather than all offending stopping immediately. So this is really interesting as well, because I think I remember hearing that I remember someone saying, and I don't know if this happened after the report, and I don't know if this was different what was said prior to these reports coming out, but someone clarified that the objective of the program was not to have zero reoffending. But I don't know, but I think there's a sentiment between all of us, especially in the community, that we've had the likes of Luxon saying we want to stop reoffending.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, the government's saying we want to see no reoffending. We don't want this program to work. There should be no reoffending. And yet there's kind of been a reclarification of that was never the objective, which is true. In here, it's actually not an objective, and that's because it can't really be. From all of the comments that I've read throughout this, reoffending is kind of it's an inevitability, but it's about getting less and less people reoffending or on lesser charges or, it's hard. It's a hard life to get out of. And I think a lot of people who are empathetic and kind of understand that situation would probably understand why. So the key objectives that were identified, though, were make a difference. So immediate and long-term positive outcomes for the teenagers, the whānau, the communities, and the residents. Through their residential and community academy experience. Design and deliver a military-style academy. So this is identified throughout of deliver a military-style academy. They've been very clear on military-style academy, which I don't know if that's come from the directive of one of the campaign promises is we're going to do a fucking boot camp. And it's appeasing that part of thing. But this is the clear objective is deliver a military-style academy. Prove the concept, which is an interesting way of putting it. Prove the concept works as opposed to test the concept. Prove the concept, test and evaluate key aspects of delivery to enable an informed choice about a scaled and enduring military-style academies program, and keep teenagers and the pilot staff communities safe. So obviously that makes sense. Do I have anything else on this? Yes. So I'm highlighting these ones because this has, and that also said it before as well, of implementation and the transitions is where they failed. So in this cabinet paper, they noted that the transition to community was one of the most important parts. So the transition stage ensures accountability to ensure that the plan for the teenagers who immerse back into the community is implemented and agreed. Transition plans will be developed with support from family and communities. Support from family and communities, it's interesting. For rangatahi Māori, transition plans will include input and support from whānau, community and iwi in consultation with their marae as appropriate. It is intended that the intensive case management will continue for up to 10 months to support the teenager to return to a safe, stable, loving environment. There will be a focus on continued education and or employment as well as pro-social networks in the community. Keep that in mind as well. So this is before all of this. This was the intention, was these things. They understood that these were the things that they needed to focus on. These were important.
I want to know what all the redacted are.
I would love to know all the redacted stuff. So they understood what the failings of the MAC program was back in 2010 to 2016. They knew where the failings were. They knew where they needed to step up and do better for this to be successful. Keep that in mind. Another thing that I thought was important to look at is the regulatory impact statement, because this kind of also gives an overview of what people were feeling. And as always, I suppose most kind of regulatory impact statements kind of are a bit limited, but the analysis of this document has been limited by constrained time frame, the 100-day plan committed to begin work to crack down on serious youth offending, quoted, while the YSO declaration and MSA orders were not fully developed within the 100-day plan timeframe, they were heavily influenced by that timeframe and the direction for legislation to be designed, introduced, and enacted before the end of 2024. So that 100-day timeline, crack, get it done. This means that the policy was developed at pace with the scope heavily influenced by ministers. with those constraints, and those constraints limited the options that officials were able to consider. This means that in some areas, alternative options were not considered. While we have not had time to draw deeply on other countries' experiences with similar regimes, we have looked at experiences of Australian states as well as drawing from research on MSAs, including prior experience in New Zealand. Narrow scope option development was heavily influenced by ministerial direction, statements, and manifesto commitments, which all provided the framework for the design process. Ministerial decisions in January 2024 also meant that non-legislative options for developing, I don't 100% know what this is talking about, but this whole thing, were removed from consideration, as well as other options such as operating a MSA program as part of an existing youth court order. Design parameters were therefore limited. Limited consultation. So timeframes didn't allow for consultation beyond government and agencies involved in implementing proposals. And this is like everyone.
Yeah.
There has been no engagement with young people and their families who would be most affected by the proposals. In particular, there was no engagement with rangatahi and whānau Māori or with strategic iwi Māori partners of Oranga Tamariki to understand the impacts on Māori and to identify mitigations. There has also been no consultation with other impacted populations or engagement with victims. The select committee process will provide an opportunity for input by members of the public. I didn't find that document though. Just keep that in mind, what I've just said there about the engagement with Māori in iwi.
What engagement?
Very, very important to remember. And then my favorite little table as well is the plus minus one. Not great, guys.
Right.
It's not great.
That's
So status quo, I think, is non-legislative response preferred by officials. Zeros across the board because it's just kind of, I don't know if that's always the case, but null and void. Option 2, public safety, was kind of null. Everything else was minus, 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 minus. And this is in the categories of human rights, efficiency, and te tiriti, all had negative. So that was to option 2, which was second preference by the officials, which was a moderate legislative response. Option 3, enhanced legislative response, which is the ministered preferred. And that's even further down the list of minus, 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 minus.
yeah.
So not a great
Yeah.
thing.
-7 versus -4. That's pretty bad.
A lot of negatives. I'll be honest, I don't 100% know how these work, but I've seen a few of these before, and it's not a great looking thing.
Yeah.
And then analysis of the preferred option. Officials' preferred option would be to retain the status quo, although officials note that the status quo is not providing sufficient responses to the small cohort. And the status quo also risks future engagement with criminal justice system as behaviour is not resolved. However, the status quo would support an operational response that focuses on addressing the behaviour of young people whose offending is serious and persistent, such as intensive case management, or additional rehabilitative support for those young people who offend seriously and persistently. There would be costs associated with such operational improvements. So status quo or status quo with operational improvements with the current system, because that kind of makes sense. If the current system is not working but people in it kind of understand where the failings are, give them more money, give them the time to figure out how to fix it. So, I'll go more here. While the difference between options 2 and 3 may seem relatively minor, overall they may increase public safety, at least in the short term. But the minister's preferred model option 3 may not increase public safety in the long term if a young person is likely to be brought deeper into the youth justice system due to these interventions. Bringing young people deeper into the system increases the risk of further reoffending and of offending continuing into adulthood. And I think we also know about this as well. I think we've kind of come across this before. We've had guests on the show.
Tamitha talks a lot
kind
about
of said
the
the same.
poverty to prison pipeline. Like,
Yeah.
It's a big
Or
cohort.
where sending people to jail is kind of like is like gang recruitment as well and that sort of thing. So
Oh
there's-
yeah, you're just making better
Yeah.
criminals for sure.
Yeah. So this was that's the cabinet paper and what they wanted, what they understood about what the improvements needed to be. This is the regulatory impact statement saying, hey, what you're proposing or what you want to do from your ideological point, your little policy that you've thrown out there and said, Bootcamp, military style academy. Maybe not so great. And then we move into the post-resident evaluation. So this is the evaluation that came straight after the residential program. So the program was split into 3. You had the residential program for originally 10 weeks, and then I think it moved to 12 weeks. Then there was a small transition into the community side. Actually, no, I think it was the assessment phase, so finding the teenagers. Then it was the residential phase, then it was the community phase.
Makes
how
sense.
it was structured. So there's a lot of things to look through here. So this is looking at just after the residential phase, and the kids are about to or have just gone back into the community, or wherever it is, back to their whānau, back to the community, back to like a halfway house type thing. Like a youth justice residence that's perhaps a lot less restrictive. Right, so commitment of Oranga Tamariki Kaimahi. Can you please explain Kaimahi to those who may not know,
worker.
including myself? Worker. Thank you.
Yeah.
Easy. Commitment of the Oranga Tamariki Kaimahi to the program included working long hours at high intensity to meet rangatahi and program needs in areas where extra resources were needed. So that's huge. Yeah, that doesn't sound great to start with, even though I think it was somewhat like, I think this is underneath the like things that were identify the following factors as underpinning MSA effectiveness and key points of difference from other youth justice residencies. Commitment of Oranga Tamariki Kaimahi to the program, including working long hours at high intensity to meet rangatahi and program needs in areas where extra resources needed. That's like, this fucking props. Like, you should get a raise for that. That is like...
Way to put overworked and underpaid into your fucking CV. Like, damn.
How to put it into a report that makes it sound like they did extra high intensity work for long hours. Well done, them.
This
Congratulations.
is one of the KPIs.
Well done. Great work. This is the thing that we come back to as well that I pointed at before, was about the Te Ao Māori part of this, and where Māori, just in general, was kind of a secondary thing, which is quite sad. And this was reported after the residential program, so they kind of already knew about this. But Te Ao Māori and the contribution from tangata whenua are essential. The first cohort were all Māori. Oranga Tamariki data expects subsequent cohorts to be, on average, 84% rangatahi Māori, which that in itself is really sad. There is an opportunity to build a program of Te Ao Māori rather than add cultural components to mainstream program. The limited time availability for the design of the MSA pilot highlights the need for flexibility, responsiveness to change, and incorporating evaluation learnings into the programs for subsequent MSA cohorts. Again, they knew this. They identified these were some of the issues. This report has been a lot more clear in saying that specifically the cultural parts, and especially the Te Ao Māori parts, needed to be from the beginning more foundational. And some of the people that speak later speak to this. The government requirement to design a military-style academy disrupted usual processes and resulted in a new model for supporting repeat young offenders. Early indications support the ongoing refinement of an MSA. It's a very Very nice way of saying that. So this gives an insight to the timeline that they had. So Oranga Tamariki completed the high-level design for the MSA pilot in March 2024 and commenced the residential phase for the first cohort in July 2024. The time available for the design and moving from design to implementation was very limited. We're talking 3 to 4 months. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're only talking about 10 kids, but like this, it's still... It's a very short time frame to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, to do something that's actually going to make a positive difference, which this was never going to.
Yep. So design work drew on existing evidence alongside government intent. This is also another really nice way of saying it. The evidence supported a therapeutic approach built around good programming for rangatahi and intensive support through transitions to the community. So this is from an Oranga Tamariki stakeholder that says, it was a good balance of political intent with some success in making it a bit more evidence-based and giving it a kind of a core of practice and responsiveness that it might not have otherwise had. Read between the lines.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good balance of political intent, the directive from the minister about what they wanted, their military-style boot camps and what they were saying it was going to achieve, and then all of these organizations, if you read through these reports, it screams out that all of these organizations, all of these people behind it, were working their asses off to make sure that it was a program that was actually good for the kids. Like, this is what I'm reading when I'm reading a lot of this stuff. The comments, the failings that they found, the things that need to be improved, all say the same thing of, like, they wanted military style boot camp. We wanted a good program. And actually, this was an opportunity to do that, to have something that was not the status quo, that was very different. But it was just developed incorrectly. It was rushed, not a lot of time, and... like the people that were missing from the beginning is not great. For example, Rangatane Iwi could have brought significant experience and expertise to the design process as a whānau ora, health and social service provider working in youth justice. Rangatamariki recognised it should have involved Rangatane Iwi earlier. Rangatane Iwi has been generous in moving past these early challenges and contributing to the MSA implementation. Rangatane experts sit on clinical advisory group and provide direct feedback to Oranga Tamariki and MSA leadership. Rangatane also stepped in to deliver some of the program components most valued by rangatahi, such as the noho marae, I think those are marae visits, I believe.
Yeah.
And the aunties program, which is cool.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun.
And they continue to contribute to MSA throughout its implementation. So here's a quote from one of the community stakeholders. How we would have envisioned it to have unfolded properly if it was going to be in an authentic te tiriti partnership with tangata whenua, that they, Oranga Tamariki, would have come up and met with us at least 6 to 7 months before the program was coming, and that we would have actually co-designed and co-written the program to be delivered. We would have had veto over anything that we didn't see was going to be right for our city or for the young men that were coming to undertake the program. Plain and clear.
Mm-hmm.
A breach of, I mean, not a direct legal breach, but a very plain breach of te tiriti in the idea of what it's supposed to be. You agree?
Oh, yeah. I mean, also, even if you're just saying in general that you've got a consultation process and you don't consult people other than fucking ministers, like, and I'm assuming this isn't all the ministers, this isn't going to be like any good people.
Oh, okay, cool. I put this in my notes and I can't find it, which is really annoying.
That'd be good.
Oh, I found my notes. They're at the top. Okay, so took me ages, but I did eventually find some of the breakdown. So figure 3 shows below the overall allocation of time to different types of activities in the syllabus developed by the MSA pilot design. So we have 25% military routine, 22% military style training. That's spelled incorrectly.
Training.
Training, mental health and well-being, 17%, education requirements, 11%, preparation to transition, only 10%, which is not ideal.
No.
Whānau inclusion was only 8%.
Wow.
Cultural education was as low as 4%, and community service was only 3%.
Wow.
So
You
the
can
military,
really see how they peter out.
so the top two things, the highest percentage was the military style stuff. But interestingly, in this report, it's almost minimally, if not ever mentioned. It's never mentioned as, it's mentioned a few times as maybe just like a general overall positive, but it does not, it doesn't come up in this report at all, because I don't think it was actually a key, it might have been a key part of its structure, but it doesn't seem to have been a key part, good or bad. It just seems kind of neutral. So it's really interesting that it's a whole, if I can do my math, 47%.
Yeah, that's
focus.
insane. It should not be nearly half of the entire focus.
And like military routine is like, so actually they do go through, oh, is it before or after this? There we go. So military style routine. So this is room tidying and maintenance and cleaning. I don't know why that's all it is. That's apparently 25% of the program. Okay. So it talks about the structure. I think everyone can kind of understand, like, structure is really good. It's an easy way to make the structure. It's about getting up and cleanliness and that sort of thing. So Kaimahi identified the military contribution as marching and military activities like obstacle courses and the emphasis on physical fitness. The cohort approached mirrored military training intakes in the LSV program, where groups spend intensive time together forming strong bonds and connections, maintaining a clear structure beginning with morning routine and physical activity and ending with a bedtime, allowing enough sleep and rest for recovery. Pride and self-respect expressed in cleanliness, tidiness, uniforms, and well-ordered living spaces. So I think we can all kind of envision that part of it. That kind of makes sense. And then also just to expand on the physical education side, so you got your drill and marching, physical training circuits, sport, outdoor activities, and gym work. And the rangatahi generally expressed that they actually quite liked this because, you know, kids are all into they're like looking good, working out, it's the cool thing these days to be hip and buff. And a lot of the mentors and stuff kind of, you know, yeah. Kaimahi, he's young, so talking about one of the Kaimahi. He's young, he's 30, he can relate, he looks young, he looks cool, he looks fit. They look up to people that give them those things because they want to get fitter, they want to get stronger. You see fellas that I thought wouldn't engage. So there you go. There are benefits to it.
Absolutely.
So they kind of generally speak positively about it. So that's good. But there's very little mentioned about it, considering it's 47% of the program. Which is interesting to me because it kind of seems foundational. And as I've read more and more and more, I understand, no, it's not. This is not an integral part of this program. I don't know if this is because it's kind of like this has been done before. We have a framework and we don't really need to comment on it. And we've kind of figured out the bumps in this part of the program. Or it's like we're just appeasing what the political side of like the ministers in there, and that's what they want to see. I don't know if it's because the program completely changed to more of a different kind of program. I don't know, and it still kind of bugs me because I don't see a lot of information critiquing this.
Well,
and I don't know if I'm just not seeing what I don't want to see, but I don't know.
If you look at it, like the stuff that they're talking about is essentially saying you're taking young people who don't have a lot of structure or routine in their life, and giving them a space to have that environment in which to kind of, like, there are definitely positives to, getting young people together and putting them to do tasks together to form a little mini community. The problem is it all falls apart the second that they leave, because the good parts about it, they don't really give a shit about the good parts about it. Like, I think there was a comment here that I think kind of touches on something, just talking about kind of, I feel like a lot of this more conservative right-wing people who want to kind of put, youths who are committing crimes into detentions because they want to punish them. A lot of it is about trying to see the punishment side of things and being like, oh yeah, we're going to really make you pay for what you did, which like is very icky and gross and speaks to gross ego issues. And I think also just how unfortunately the kind of Western society we live in is really kind of, they cemented this stuff in the psyche of a lot of older people. And this thing just kind of calls back to this because, yeah, guess what? If you take kids who have nothing and you put them in a space where you're feeding them regularly, you're giving them the space to actually have a daily routine, do physical exercise, of course things are going to get better and they're actually going to, begin the process. But then you need to make sure there's a wraparound kind of process once they are leaving and checking in and making sure that, you're not just essentially bringing them into a unique experience. It's like a camp, or be like, going on camp for a couple of weeks. And then you come back home and it's just back to same old shit. Like,
and that's what the final eval speaks to.
Crazy.
So this was the post-residential phases. So they knew. So some of the stuff does come up again in the final report, obviously, because it's a full look at it. But this is where the program fell apart, basically. And you saw from that cabinet paper, they knew that the transitional side of things was key to the success of this program. So you can't say like, oh, we've learned something. Maybe the transitional part of this was really important. Oh, maybe Te Ao Māori should have been, or Tangata Whenua should have been involved, or iwi should have been involved a lot sooner. They fucking knew this shit. So the sense that I get from these reports is that the people involved worked their asses off to put in place something that was good under the constraints of under the directive of Military Style Academy. What do you call it? Military Style Academy? Yeah. Initiative Academy. Where's my first thing? Oh no. This is the one with my things, right? This is the one with my things, right? This is the one with my things, right?
Please.
I could just find my... Can we find a little bit of yellow? Oh, no. Oh, I found it.
Yep. Nice.
Found the first one. Oh, did have that. Okay, never mind. So here we go. This is where it all fell apart. Transitions to the community broke the continuity of therapeutic support. Transition to the community was also a transition from an environment surrounded by therapeutic support to one where it was much more limited. MSA residential phase clinical team was able to provide some therapeutic support in the community, but it was irregular because they had to return to their other roles. In some cases, support was in person, but often online. And Oranga Tamariki stakeholder says, we started that in residence and we did not carry those golden threads through to the community effectively enough because the transition hui were rushed. Why? Why were they rushed?
Well, we couldn't invest money in that part. That would be crazy.
Many of the community transition plans for rangatahi included activities to continue and connect with their whakapapa and their culture following their transitions to the community. Connecting with whakapapa required joint planning with whānau and whānau involvement, so took time to plan. Progress for many was disrupted by returns to residence. Later in the transition period, Oranga Tamariki provided funding for rangatane to visit rangatahi. It's crazy. They later provided the funding. and connect with rangatahi to carry that connection through into the community phase. This included visiting rangatahi who had returned to supervision and residence. Mentors and social workers could be sources of support for rangatahi connections with their culture and their whakapapa. Comment from social worker, I definitely think that there could have been more resource to make rangatahi and whānau connection to cultural side happen, because there was a really cool cultural component of how they could reconnect, how we could reconnect our rangatahi, but then funding was an issue, even though at the start we were told funding wasn't an issue. Literally, the quote,
Wow.
like, we went and made this amazing program and then we couldn't even run it.
Fucking hell.
Damning,
What a
right
waste
there.
of fucking time, money, and effort. Well, not a waste. It's not a waste that it exists now, but to just literally commission your own data and facts and go, no, I reject your reality and I substitute my own. Fuck you.
And then, supported transitions aim to mitigate the risks of moving into the community and engage rangatahi in positive activities. And then some of the learnings, which we've covered already, about preparation for going into the community, preparation, moving from highly structured into the community, that sort of thing. More emphasis on that, which they knew, because it's in the bloody cabinet papers. They knew that was going to be such a key point, and they fucking didn't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oranga Tamariki organisation restructuring also disrupted the detailed planning required for the transition phase. You know those backroom staffers? You know those budget cuts to government agencies?
Mm-hmm.
We've pointed this out before. We've looked at something which said I can't remember what it was that we were looking at, but something else was saying that the defunding of a lot of these, the budget, just the general budget cuts to a lot of these agencies, fucked up another part of the process of someone trying to do good, and the government fucking them over because their backroom staff is just fucking dumb.
Yeah. It's the same backroom staff that would have been processing equity pay claims,
Fun times. An early challenge was delay in the preparations of living environments and the physical needs identified in the transition plans. Failure to provide the needs identified in the transition plans eroded rangatahi trust as they felt like broken promises. Stakeholders attributed delays to lack of funding, availability, and too much focus on physical items in transition plans. Rangatahi often found several aspects of their plans unprepared. Now, I'm going to list off a bunch of things to you, and you tell me what part of a human's existence is missing. So, their basic essentials. So, things like accommodation, necessities such as food, furniture, plates, cutlery, internet connections, basic essentials. Memberships for activities. The things that they've been doing, right? All that physical training, all of those, I think I read in the report, brand new gym equipment, basketball courts, all those amazing things that are not exactly, out there in the community. So the memberships for activities such as gym memberships, they didn't have those. Their club memberships, their driving lessons that had to be paid for. They had to wait for approvals.
Who's taking them to these things? You think that when they go back home, they're going to have someone who can fucking take them to any of this?
Work and income support. One of the things that was noted was about the education, the vocational training, and the employment was a big part of this as well. We want to see these kids go into employment. There was no fucking work and income support. Medication, also mentioned in this, there was a lot of kids in this that was discovered they have ADHD, but there's also discovered through this as well, there were a lot of mental health issues, there were trauma, there was post-traumatic issues that had to be worked through. Medication comes with a lot of those mental health issues. Yeah. So one rangatahi began their transition without a supply of an important medication, leading to a gap in treatment while appointments could be arranged for a new prescription. That is that is mind-blowing.
That's potentially really
Cons-
dangerous, depending on the
But
medication.
But also how close they were to therapeutic support, how close they were to clinical support in this facility. And that was not something that was identified and easily addressed during the transition phase. By the way, guys, we're talking about 10 kids and $4 million. We're talking about 10 children and $4 million. They couldn't fucking do this.
We literally would have been better off just giving the money per kid. Honestly, probably to the kid, even. You don't have to give it to the parents, just give it to the kid. The kid will fucking spend it probably much wiser. Or, give it to like actual community programs that are run by good people who care. That's another option.
And then the last thing that's mentioned as well is purchases for entertainment. And something that is mentioned throughout this is about boredom. So transition plans also included significant purchases like televisions and gaming consoles to provide rangatahi safe environment options for downtime. A number of these purchases were declined by Oranga Tamariki as inappropriate, which rangatahi saw as a broken promise.
That is a broken promise.
And a failure to deliver part of this program. Social workers and mentors, the people at the front line who have to look at them every day or every other day, social workers and mentors were put in a difficult position explaining why things in our rangatahi plans could not be delivered. I understand 100% why these kids would be fucking pissed if they come out of this program. Why kids come out of these types of things that are well-meaning and they're just pissed off at the world because literally says a few times in this, broken promise.
And these are kids who probably already have an insecure attachment with a safe family member who are already probably dealing with potential traumas of abandonment and all of this stuff that's only going to be fucking exacerbated by this. And also, because I imagine a lot of these kids, they might be a little kind of, I guess, resistant to go to these things. So if they actually open themselves up, and actually, like, it's a very vulnerable process for a kid who's essentially all of their bad behavior is just their ways of trying to, protect themselves and keep walls up. Like, for them to trust them and then to be told, you're going to get all this awesome stuff. Don't worry. We're not just going to abandon you. And then, oh, sorry, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you again? Like, it's disgusting behavior.
Again, the highlight community transitions highlighted the need for strong connections between the residential and community kaimahi. Again, it was in the cabinet paper. They knew this was an area that needed a lot of thinking around, a lot of designing around, a lot of thought put into it about the transition. And I think a lot of us know that transition phase is really important. So you had things like the selection phase. Selection of the rangatahi did not even involve the youth justice social workers. The residential phase, youth justice social workers visited rangatahi in the residence, but did not have a good understanding of what was delivered, what rangatahi experienced, or how well they were doing. This is their social workers. This is their go-to connection with the justice system. Supposed to be. These are also the people that advocate for them as well in the justice system. They're the ones who kind of help you, with the courts and looking at them, looking at you favorably, ideally.
Navigate the process, dot all the T's, I's and cross T's.
Yeah. Again, the short time frame for developing plans means residential phase clinical kaimahi developed the transition plans with the rangatahi without input from their social workers, whānau, mentors, and MTDs when handed them over for the transition hui. So again, cut out of the process. That's just crazy. There is so much in this. I think that I think that kind of covers the majority of it. There's yeah, I mean, you can pause and have a look at some of these. But so what impacts did any variations from the design have on the effectiveness of the assessment? Oh my God, of the assessment. Come on, guys. Residential and community phases of the MSA pilot. Short timelines moving from design to implementation meant support for whānau, preparations for transition, and rangatahi arrivals in the community was not complete in time. This had a significant impact on the quality of transition planning and preparation. You knew that. Implementation of the residential phase was very challenging for the MSA team and required unsustainably long hours. The pressure on the clinical team was especially acute as they picked up transition planning late in the residential phase. Individual therapeutic care was planned for the residential phase but was not delivered due to insufficient clinical team capacity. Time pressure also meant the national practice team did not have enough time to prepare social workers for the community for their roles in MSA. Social workers were disconnected from the residential phase and inadequately prepared for the community phase. Engagement and support for whānau began late. Beginning earlier may have strengthened the home environment for rangatahi as they transitioned out of the residential phase. Now, there is something that is kind of key to all of this that I think I must have completely gone over, or I didn't highlight it. But one of the things that screamed out in the beginning, or did I go through it? Oh, there it is. Oh. Yeah, there we go. This is also, I don't know why that wasn't there. The cultural elements of the design could be strengthened to better meet the needs of rangatahi Māori. Kia and clinical kaimahi in the residential phase described the efforts made to include te ao Māori and te reo Māori in MSA. Kaimahi Māori valued these efforts but thought they did not go far enough, given all the MSA pilot participants were rangatahi Māori, and several were fluent in te reo Māori. Building MSA on te ao Māori rather than adding components in may have strengthened the fit with the MSA cohort and increased engagement. There was a line in here that was very damning. I don't know what happened to it. Ah, there it is. Okay, so MSA was not a kaupapa Māori program, but all MSA kaimahi brought te ao Māori and te reo Māori into the work they did with rangatahi. Many of the MSA kaimahi were Māori and brought their own identities, value and whakapapa to the program. The MSA rangatahi included several fluent te reo Māori speakers, and some had grown up attending ko hangareo and kaupapa. Care and clinical staff described the efforts made to include te ao Māori and te reo Māori in MSA. Kaimahi Māori valued these efforts, but thought they did not go far enough to give the participants were rangatahi Māori. They saw an opportunity with this cohort of rangatahi to build a program with te ao Māori as a backbone rather than an addition to the program. I think I read some of that already, but maybe that was repeated. This is a nice little quote. It wasn't part of the foundation, the backbone that wove through everything we did. It became a program delivered on a Monday morning. It became a noho marae on 3 weekends. But unsurprisingly, a really key and important part of the program and piece we could have leveraged far more in terms of the boys' journey. I think that should absolutely be at the core of what we deliver and how we deliver it in terms of the kaupapa. I think a really clear kaupapa. Generally what he's saying, because this is direct quoting. Te ao Māori should have been sort of the backbone from the beginning. And a real missed opportunity.
Also, just something you said made my brain go, is this only for boys as well? So this is only brown boys. Okay.
Yeah. Handpicked, by the way.
Yeah, no,
Handpicked
that
in a
just
very slim.
Yeah. No, my brain just picked up on that. I was like, wait a minute, we focused on the Māori part, but did I just realize all the girls got left out? Girls can do crime. Fuck yeah.
And yeah, so some of the other things that they talk about is that the whakapapa part, the cultural part was all it was all missing. It wasn't. It wasn't enough of the part of the transitional plan. Sorry, I've been talking for a long time about this, but there's a lot to look at, and I think we generally get the idea that they knew what the issues were going to be. They knew where the failing points were. They knew where it was going to fail, and they did not give them the time. They did not give them the resources. They did not give them the funding to actually successfully deliver this program. Because what the government said, and what the government said was military-style academy, and they didn't care beyond that. They did not care about what that program looked like, the impact it would have, the resources it could have, the people involved, the cultural aspect of it. The kids who were at the core who they are, they didn't give a shit. They just wanted the thing of, we said military-style academy, we're going to deliver it, you sort out the rest. Here's $4 million, you sort it out. And there was people behind this program who worked their asses off to deliver something that was military-style academy, but was actually a decent program and a step forward in the right direction. So I think as much as this is shit on the government, so fuck them for putting this out there, there's a tiny little bit of credit as to, like, you've pushed this kind of next step in something a little bit more crazy and a little bit more out there. But like 99% of my praise goes to the people who actually delivered this, because I think generally across the board, from what I'm seeing from these quotes, from what I'm seeing within where the failings were, is that they knew that this is where we had to put the work and effort in, and we're going to do the best we can to deliver it.
Yeah.
So, paki. Well done to all the people who did the best they could with a turd.
Yeah. You really can't. It's just like putting glitter on a turd.
Yep.
I also like this. I must be a bit behind, but apparently Craig said that it would have been cheaper to limo them to a first class flight to stay at Eton College in the UK for a year and fly first class home and limo home. So, like, seems like there's a lot of ways the money could have been better utilized. I also thought this was a really good kind of comment here. 4 mil for an intake of 10 rangatahi, yet the coalition supporters were crying their eyes out about Māori consultancy gravy trains. So that's the thing, is it's only a gravy train when it's the brown people doing it. When white people do it, it's just hustling. It's just that grindset mindset. But actually, Peter Symes reminded me of something. Outward Bound, I remember that being a program, like, and again, because there's a few comments I think I saw earlier as well that talked about the fact that research shows that the only times that these types of, I guess, camps work is when people volunteer for them, because they're going in with the right mindset. They know what they're kind of going in for. And also, if we had things like Outward Bound, if we could have our, young people actually getting access to this, honestly, probably even before, like, surely we should be able to start integrating some of the things we know about, how to help troubled young people from a lot earlier stage as well. Like, we need more third spaces for young people. We need like the actual social and like environmental infrastructure to be able to support these kids as well, because often, like you say, like even say with the fireworks thing, it's different when you live out in the burbs to when you're in the city. Like, there are a lot of just things that we could be providing for kids to help stop this type of thing.
Another thing on the funding side is this is really interesting as well, as the breakdown of the funding. I don't know where in the process this is, but the establishment, which I agree, the program management, the evaluation, the training, the staff, the fit out, all that sort of stuff. 1.8 million. That makes sense. You want a good, solid foundation to implement and get this all up and running, and the good, all that sort of stuff. The running cost is tiny. So 1.8 million versus 700,000. And then the community-based, this is where it's really interesting. So the community-based support post the residential component, they put 1.5 million of the budget to that. So equal to the establishment of it, they had in the community-based support. But that is where it failed. Throughout the report, couldn't access the clinical help. Couldn't get my PlayStation because that probably would have, given me something. Couldn't get my gym membership. So what the fuck did that 1.5 million do? Where did it go?
It would have been administration bullshit. Like, I mean, that's probably the thing is they would have had no?
No, because someone mentioned in the report that administration, a dedicated administrator, would have helped with a lot of stuff. With getting invoices paid. That's the thing.
They didn't have an administrator?
No, they didn't have a dedicated administrator. So they had to go through the general Oranga Tamariki processes. Whereas if they wanted to deliver a good program, they could have had a dedicated person within Oranga Tamariki.
I would have thought that would have been a part of your establishment fucking costs, wouldn't it?
No. And I looked at it, when I was searching for that, I saw it before, is that most of the cost reduction is associated with using internal staff instead of recruiting new external workforce as originally planned, and scaling the project management and administration costs. What did they expect? This could have been an easy fucking win. This could have been a win for them. Honestly and truly, this could have been a win for them, and they fucked it up.
I don't know if they fucked it up though. Someone said earlier that these are the headlines they really cared more about, because this is the thing is that they're still painting these young offenders as bad people because look, they're still doing bad things after our boot camp. With you
can't fix these brown kids. They're just criminals for life.
We spent all that money and look, they're still it's just so fucking just shameless, and it's frustrating to think how much, because actually that was one of the other comments that I think Gary pointed out, is that we're spending $400,000 to traumatize these kids. That's sadistic, and also I want my money back. I don't want to fucking pay to do that to kids. I would prefer they had better school lunches and support
that
systems.
Too. And I would actually go the other way, and I'd say I'm more than happy to pay more, but to deliver a better program, a good program. Because I think at the core of this, I think the people behind it, not the government, the people behind it had really good intentions. They understood that there were problems that weren't working. They're saying round and round and round, the agencies aren't working. This was an opportunity to do something better under military style fucking academy. And the government fucked them. But I would be more than happy to pay a little bit more and help them deliver a program that actually could help people, help kids, get them out of that poverty cycle. But I think you also make a good point of what Tamitha said, the poverty cycle begins much earlier.
If anything, could have started the generation before that kid, or even the generation before. We don't know how deep they are into this process.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to get them out. It's good. It's good. No,
I hope you enjoyed that. That was my deep dive.
The comments were they were loving it. It's a really important topic. So, I'm glad we've spent our anniversary discussing something infuriating, but extremely important. Hey, kids deserve a lot more than they're fucking getting at the moment. That's for bloody sure. I guess we probably should shake off some cobwebs with some memes, though, if we don't have.
I think we do.
Else.
I think we're long overdue. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get us a couple of memes going. Look, if we officially change the name to Aotearoa, we'll alphabetically be above Australia in drop-down lists and forms. I don't know why you need any other reason, and I 10 million% agree. This one. I'm surprised to learn that French and British museums consider theft wrong. It's so true.
Hank Green did an amazing video with someone who's I think she's called a penetration expert, but it's I know, isn't that a great name for a role? She's basically like a physical hacker, and I've heard of someone doing this before, where you basically are paid to break in and find the
Oh yeah,
find
like
the
the
holes
like
in
the,
someone's security system. I would fucking love that job.
Oh
But
yeah.
she was explaining how they did the heist and everything, and like why they did it certain way. Oh, it was fascinating. So go look up Hank Green and
No,
you'll
yeah,
see his
yeah. I think
video
I
on it.
actually saw the thumbnail come up, so I should go and watch that. I actually don't want to read that one. This one. Damn, my landlord painted right over the previous tenant. SMH. They fucking would if they could. Your son, my son. Your son, my son, your son. Oh yeah, a sports meme, guys. We got a sports meme.
Oh, wow.
America spent $1 trillion on defense. Where is it?
Ooh,
Burn.
ooh, burn.
Oh, this sticker is somewhere in Wellington. I was walking through town and got spotted and just had to take a quick snap because he's a bloodsucking cunt.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, Jordan Rivers, Winston Timu Peters announces ban on public sale of fireworks for 5 years after I already campaigned for it. See, look, he's stealing ideas. Copying homework. 16 million children are not receiving the SNAP benefits that usually keep them fed. It's especially heinous that Republicans are taking food away from their own girlfriends. It's grim, but I love it. Dick Cheney dies. Mamdani voted in. The earth is healing. By their powers combine. Thankfully, this is not the way that we did it. Thank God. Oh, yeah. Apparently, Luxon is now the default face for toxic landlords on left-wing pages across the world. This is from Germany. Yeah. International failure.
Oh, damn, boy.
Right? This is the legacy. Right? International loser. When you watch your husband get handsy with a single mum in leather pants, but you can't make him sleep on the couch because he'll fuck that too.
Oh my fucking God. You know, someone pointed out the other day, I was watching something, they pointed out that JD Vance has only been in politics for like 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before that, he I think he wrote a book that was like contrary to everything he currently stands for.
Yes, no, I'm pretty sure I did remember watching some videos about it because like he was super anti-Trump.
Yep. And 3 years later, this is
just
fucking
like-
sucking dick.
Yeah, exactly. Halloween costume. You call everyone you disagree with a bigot. Yeah, bitch, because that's what I tend to be disagreeing with. I mean, I feel like we all probably feel this some days. Oh yes, warning as bird of the year begins attacking well-intentioned
I saw that.
Right? See, the Tata Itzy would not have been doing this. This is why you guys got the wrong bird in for the bird in the year. And then I don't understand. After so many budget cuts, why don't we move faster? This almost feels like we probably could relate it to the previous story. Fuck around and find out is literally the scientific method. And that is actually the scientific method. I can confirm. One must observe, research, hypothesize, test, analyze, and report. And then, we'll leave it there. Where are we going next?
Great question. I'm just going to show you just a little bit of... I'm just going to show you the David Shaw mention, because it was just nice to see Ryan Bridges kind of be like shut down because he's a fucking idiot and annoying as hell.
Yeah.
And this Trish Sherson, who was on a panel with Dave Littell. Was it Littell or Littell?
I'll be honest, I can't remember.
I think it was
Every
Littell.
time
Someone
Yeah.
corrected me. It was Littell, I believe.
Someone will
so
tell us this time, hopefully.
They're both on the show with the Big Herald now, with talking about the climate change policies and stuff like that. So this was a really nice moment where he was shut down because he is a dick. All right. I think that's probably all I need to say. You'll figure it out, guys. You'll figure it out.
To have you both here.
Also, looking hot. Just saying, it's a hot panel. Looking great.
So Letele.
Oh, so it is Letele. Okay. Thank you, Letele.
Yeah.
It was one of the two.
Now, this morning we've been having a discussion about climate change. Tris, I wanted to get your take on this because government's fiddled with it a little bit. Our ETS won't have to match up to our Paris promise. Does that matter? Did we even meet the promise we made in the first place?
Well, we're not meeting where we need to be under Paris, but let's put that aside. I think I've got a bouquet and a brickbat. The brickbat first, I'm worried about this as a move away from the bipartisanship that we have seen around the climate. I still think that James Shaw is one of the politicians of our generation in the Zero Carbon Act.
Politicians of our generation. Oh, yeah, buddy.
And he's a greenie.
He's a greenie. So, there you go. And she talks a little bit more about how awesome he is because I miss James so much. I love Chloe, but I miss him so much.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
I remember back when he was passing it in 2019, was in a room full of business people and they stood and gave James Shaw an ovation because he had an ability to not only deliver very sound, complex policy, but to do it in a way that brought everyone with him. So that's my worry. I support the statements of the former commissioner you had on this morning who said that the worry is that checks and balances are being taken away and Lord knows, we don't trust politicians even to sort of build a road or a bridge, let alone save us from an
imminent disaster.
Imminent disaster. On the brickbat side, you saw...
I don't know if it's part of this clip or it's afterwards, but she then talks about how basically politicians... There's a thing coming out on Netflix, I think, which talks about how... I think it's called The White House.
Oh, yeah.
I don't... The White House... I'm not sure. But basically it was talking about how politicians are really shit at long-term planning and looking ahead at long-term policies and long-term effects of things. Because obviously most politicians look in 3 or 4 year cycles and it's all about getting their wins in their 3 or 4 year cycles. It's like they could have just left this stuff in the background and no one would have cared and we would have been meeting our targets. Like, it's fucking dumb. But she also talks in this next bit, she also then talks about PPPs, which have their own issues, but PPPs that are popping off because in technological advances to meet their climate change obligations because farmers want it. So, yeah.
Or an example this week of the government giving more money to AgriZero, which is the public-private partnership that is doing work to commercialise tools for farmers to use to reduce their methane and nitrate emissions. That is real practical stuff that is going on. And I think the private sector is picking up and doing that because their customers demand it.
This is the thing that...
Because their customers demand it. So this whole narrative of farmers don't want they don't want to meet their methane emission targets, or they want to reverse all of this climate change stuff. It's affecting our farming and stuff like that. I would say by and large that's a very small chunk of the agricultural sector. And I think there are definitely a hell of a lot more who are progressive because they're being directly affected by climate change.
Absolutely.
And like this whole thing of like that farmers are dumb and they don't know, and there are some who are maybe a little bit more of the older generations that are stuck in the days. But there are smart farmers coming through, and they are they're aware of what's going on, and they want to get on board with change.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and also I think
sakes.
one thing that we kind of, I think, forget to give credit to farmers is that they're directly experiencing the land and the changes that are going on around it. They are probably a lot more connected to nature than half of us, honestly. So there are a lot of them who, like you say, they're seeing this, they're seeing the real world effects in their farm, in the way that things are going around their farms. So there's definitely a group of I mean, you know, obviously they've got the ones who are a little bit stuck in an older mindset, but like people who are in touch with with nature, they tend to be leaning more towards these things because we have to balance. We live in balance with it. There's no other option.
Yep. And here's another pushback on Ryan, which is anti-climate change narrative he's trying to push. Come on, dude.
100% that it just doesn't matter to them.
I know, but are they related? Because the more you look after the environment, the less productive you are as an economy. You know, there's a cost. There's a cost.
Well, I don't.
To say if we're going to be Mr. Climate Change, we can't be Mr. Growth too.
I don't think it's black and white like that, actually, and that's where I think the political debate goes off track. It is not one or the other, and actually, if we are looking after the environment,
I'm here to keep it off track.
Well, I know you are. I can see that this morning. You've been a little bit grumpy, but I think, especially in a country like New Zealand, the environment is everything to us as a country, and if we're doing right for the environment, we are doing right for people as well.
I'm not in it.
Like, simple message, right? Simple message. The part that I just clipped out there with from Dave was he was talking about basically he was just basically saying what we've been saying all along, is that just another thing that the government doesn't give a shit about. It doesn't give a shit about poor people. It doesn't give a shit about homeless people. It doesn't give a shit about a lot of things, and you know, who's surprised? Which
absolutely.
Yeah, that was it. I just wanted to show that wee clip, just to, I don't know, fill your souls a bit.
It was a nice change of pace from our main news so far. So I enjoyed it. Also, there was one comment that just really got me after the whole telling us how to pronounce le télé, French for TV, le télé. But also, someone pointed out islander names will often have the air.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I wasn't 100% sure.
Also, I like that Geek Gamer actually asked how many years our anniversary is. Like, it isn't more than one. Like, it's one. We've only been here for one whole year. I'm sorry if it feels like we've been here for years. But only one. And hopefully more.
Yeah. Hopefully more to come.
Mm-hmm.
I won't bother with the third story. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Compass are out and delivering school lunches, and Subway and Pita Pit are in. But
Subway
not just them.
Pit.
Not just them, though. A lot of the people that were delivering programs prior to all the cuts are back in, but not all schools. So not all schools have been reinstated. Some of the schools are still getting the $3 meals, which is pretty shit. So
I do not want to I mean, I'm going to say, guess where they're probably going to be.
Supposedly it's a 2-stage approach, but yeah, I guess we'll sort of see term 1 next year what comes out of this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we never hear about it again, because kind of not hearing about it is probably a good thing, because I swear the only things we hear about these days are all the bad things.
Oh, so yeah, no news is good news. Absolutely.
Yes. So let's hope this all goes great. There's one news story we can look at that says this is kicked off, fantastic. You fixed a problem that didn't need to be broken in the first place.
Yeah.
Well done, fucking
Although,
Seymour.
do you know what my brain did just click to? So what you're telling me is they broke the system enough that instead of helping the local community who were making these meals and getting paid, and they've funneled it into private fucking enterprise. It's what we said they were going to do the whole time.
I agree. I saw that too, but I was very happy to see that it's not
yeah, I want
just
the kids
them, and
to-
it's them for very specific places, which just seems to be all of the South Island. Thanks, guys. Taitokoro, Nelson, Marlborough, West Coast, Ashburton, Timaru, Waimete, Otago, and Southland. So
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. Random.
All of the South. Just all the South
I
Island.
guess-
But everyone else has
Do you
got
guys
their
have a predicate down
locals.
there? Like, do you guys
I think
have
it's quite prominent. I'll be honest,
Yeah,
it's quite prominent.
surely. You
But
would've
surely
thought they
there's
would've
someone more local than Pinnipit or Subway. But yeah, that's all. That's all.
No.
Easy,
And I mean,
one
it's
and done.
fitting.
Let's.
It's
is.
fitting because our first episode we talked about school lunches.
Did we?
Yeah, I remember that was like one of the. I think
Wow.
it was like I believe Andrew Bailey and free lunches were probably around our first one. Yeah.
Oh, what a start.
Right. And like as I think I starred one of the comments up here that this year has felt like a decade at times. And you know what? That is probably why it feels like we're a part of the furniture because I'm sure we're probably looking older. Like I probably should have actually checked if we do a side by side of the first episode now, we've probably aged a bit.
I don't think it's that we've aged. I think our technology just looks better.
Actually, no, I did notice that. Like we're gonna see it furthermore. Like visually, we've gotten a lot better looking. So I'm very stoked to see the progression.
Nice.
I did want to quickly just give an update on the news story that I shared with everyone last
week.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought you might.
So,
I thought you might jump on
yeah,
that.
just real quickly. It's nothing too much, but we obviously had scary stories last week, and my scary story got kind of scarier, and looks like Jevon bloody pleaded guilty. I'll be honest, there was one part about this update to the story that did make me feel weirdly slightly better, and that is that the bestiality images were computer generated. So sounds more like furry porn, which like kind of feels better to me than what my brain was going into at one point. But no, it seems like there was so here it said, in late 2020, police made the decision that the 6 monthly internet usage monitoring reports supplied to the senior leadership team would cease. So old McSkimmings took this as an excuse to start using his work phone to just Google porn and look at the actual like thumbnail pictures, like, which again, kind of weird. I'm glad we've got an emotional support cat here at the moment. So yeah, looks like as soon as it came in, he started Googling. And the last search took place 18th of December. So we were paying him for all of this time. There was a total of 5,354 Google searches. It's a lot of Google searches, of which 1,922 were adult pornographic. Of these, 64 were intended to return objectionable material, while 368 were highly likely to return objectionable images. The searches included AI material, including references to nude toddlers and nude Nazi girl. Other words typed include slave, abuse, and extreme. So, yeah, this absolute piece of shit has thankfully pleaded guilty. There's a lot more details. If you want to go read about them, but it's not great. So, but at least it seems like he will get punished, and hopefully the investigations that are going on with other police officers don't return anything too heinous. Though I did actually realize there was one small update that I don't know if you would have seen before the show. Just wanted to quickly shout out that Lee Tamahori, the filmmaker, One Two Warriors, has passed away at the age of 75.
Oh.
Yeah. So
unfortunately, pretty sad news, especially when it comes to, someone who's known for Māori storytelling in a time where we need that now more than ever. So I just wanted to quickly just tell everyone that he's unfortunately passed away. He's known for his breakthrough in 1994 Once We're Warriors. So RIP, and I'm sure he'll be at peace now. I guess. Oh, look at you. How sweet. Although really like blends into your hoodie, eh?
Yeah,
like the black
I tried
doesn't
to
really-
turn the yeah.
I don't. I mean, it's a
doesn't-
black cat. It's black on
She
black.
doesn't reflect light very well. She's very dark.
No, she is the void. Oh, but she's an adorable void. Maybe she can watch the second half of our.
Yeah, do you want to watch me a year ago? Do you? Do you want to watch you a year ago? There you go. Let me stop playing with you. You're gonna get angry with me.
Let's go.
I love a void kitty.
Oh, he handled it like a champ.
Tangent. There's the odd quacker running for local elections, so my
The odd one?
Maybe not. Maybe not someone we want. My tongue tribunal went, oh fuck. Magenta, save me.
What happens when someone has a white piece of paper?
Oh, don't do it.
Uh-huh.
I done it.
I know Chewy mentioned my crying bathroom. So for anyone who wasn't sure, this is the bathroom that I cried a lot in.
It's just Charlie Kirk getting absolutely dunked on in the UK. Well, it's Charlie Kirk. His whole thing is to be like, what is a woman? What is a woman? He's like,
Hungarian. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. He's just a dickhead.
Wow. What's up, guys?
Live stream my wedding? No, sorry.
Because just a reminder that if you've got allergies, you're just allergic to tree cum. You're welcome.
Their little bitch.
I think the first meetup I went to, we started planning a political party. M's.
Yay!
Draw me like one of your submission bots.
You have 2 weeks of shenanigans. Solid. It's evidence to my bromance theory, right?
I made a fan. Hashtag romance theory. I've got to post it on.
Hi, I watch you, and I'm like, yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, nah, because honestly, you're a little bitch. Snuggling? The lore of Detective Rogers continues. I don't know where it came from, but you know
Doesn't
what?
need it.
It doesn't.
Doesn't
No,
need
it
it.
doesn't.
I think everyone can see that he fits right in there, doesn't he?
Rajan memed me last week.
Says, adore you both.
Yeah, not
To
ladies.
mention Magenta is day moment. But I was like, you know what? Actually, I am. I'm really excited to get rid of this government. I'm positive about it. Oh, the Deputy Prime Minister is calling people drop kicks. Well done. Don't think it went live.
Oh, no.
Let's try that again. I pressed the button. I don't know what happened. All right, let's try that again. Take 2.
Lol.
Hey, back to Big Hairy News. I don't know what happened. I went, cool, we're good to go. And then I looked up and I see go live.
Yeah, no, I
and it
saw
says
that too.
schedule. Okay, so it wasn't just me. Okay.
No, StreamYard lied to us.
Okay.
We were not drinking.
did.
StreamYard.
Otherwise, he goes, oh, journalist. No, I'm not looking at it. It hurts.
It's
like toe sucking.
No.
I can't think of what it is.
Christ,
It's
okay.
a lot of toe sucking. I just imagine another word in there because I can't think of what. You know what I mean. You get the analogy. Tariffs on us because it would. Bootlicking, thank you.
Okay, yours
It's
was
the
so
same shit.
much worse. That was woo, toe sucking and bootlicking. A whole
Yes.
black t-shirt.
What?
We were 14. Wow, approximately 14 years old. No, yeah, 14. 1994.
What's 4 years after 2008? It's 2012, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was 14.
See? Now who doesn't want to do math on this fucking show?
It's like, shit, I was that age by that point. By
I
now.
know.
Wee. Like, wee.
I love this 10 out of 10 butthole. It's coming. It's coming.
Feel it coming. Oh, if you weren't there, you missed out. Sorry.
You know, and if you don't, sucks to be you.
Why are people like so anti-Maori like that?
Fuck up.
Not even Bradbury Group. Fuck you, Palmer.
Bye.
Dastardly. Are you still stuck in a wheelchair and you can't work? Just wanted to double check. You'll have to just get your doctor confirm that you're still in.
Yeah. As you can see, I don't know what's happened with my camera, but it decided to die on me. So let's.
Whoa.
So.
Very cool. You're muted.
There's 1 year of whatever the fuck this has been. Honestly, though, the technical glitches, like I edited that video, but it still makes me laugh. Also, watching you do the math on 2008 will never not be a favorite of mine personally.
Look, I think that's ableist. Thank you very much. I struggle with mathematics, and I think that was very ableist of you to criticize me not
That was
being able to do.
Extremely ableist of me. No, I totally agree. Did you not hear, Rogers? I'm extremely biased. But yes, and I
what a
thought it
time.
was, yeah, and obviously, oh god, was this comment was toe sucking part of mixed skimming section? Honestly, probably. But yes, the toe sucking one was a specific request to include, so we had to keep it in there. But to be fair, when I was making this, it was really fun. It also made me feel really nostalgic, and it gave me all these feelies because I was like, wow, we've come so far since that first episode, and like we're friends. We have a friendship and a relationship that has grown and keeps growing, and I love that. Also, Ems is an ally, guys. You saw in there. Ems is a straight up ally. So let's give a pucky to Ems for being a good queer ally and Māori ally.
try.
We love it. No, you do a good job. You do a good job.
I'm an imperfect ally, okay, guys? I do my best, okay?
Hey, no one is a perfect. Well, it's not about even being an ally. It's about being anti-racist, anti-homophobic, and just working on that shit. And that's what you do. So take the fucking compliment, all right?
No, I can't. I'm a millennial. That's never going to happen.
Yeah. Nah, I get it. But no, and I mean, also seeing how obviously all the memes that people make for us and all the people.
We're
like,
very, very lucky.
We've got great memers. Technically, I was just highlighting Cybo because I'm going to be like, it was really cool to just, think about the fact that for some fucking reason, you guys just want to come and listen to us talk, which is still blows my mind sometimes, to be quite fucking honest.
It blows my mind when you guys like listening to me talk about or do a deep dive for an hour. That's some dedication.
Mm-hmm.
If it were me, I probably would have waited, watched it later, and put it on 2x speed. So thank you.
Yes, also actually, I think this is kind of cool. What has been the best part of the Friday year? That's a really good question. Let's put us on the spot, eh?
What do you mean the Friday year? Best part
Well, I guess the best part of Friday show throughout the year, I guess is what they mean. Was it when we had Dunkel on? Was it,
Oh, yeah, that was a good time.
Dunkel was pretty
It's
good.
always a good time.
Yeah.
This is our first guest. Special.
Yeah, exactly.
Very special.
I mean,
gonna have to get.
There you go.
No, I was just gonna say we're gonna have to get Green MP. Kahurangi. I'm gonna have to get Kahurangi elected. Yeah, gonna have to get her elected for our central, and then she can be our go-to Friday host. Yeah.
Oh, I love Kahu. You're so
Kahu's
lucky
amazing.
to have her. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I can think of one particular moment. I think just the whole kind of community that we not just like see in the chat, but that we see physically in the world, and kind of I guess we all found our people, we're building community. We're also, 2025 year of action, 2026 year of more fucking action. So I know like a lot of us have been talking about what are we going to do next year? How are we going to be helping fight the good fight for the election next year? So I'm looking forward to doing more of that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think my highlight has just been having an outlet to rage, and it sometimes turns into a comedy, and that's the best part.
Oh, absolutely. Like we have a flavor and a vibe that is definitely very special to Friday shows. Oh my
Might have been
god,
this.
yes, actually.
Might have been this.
Yeah, I think realizing that Kieran, to be fair, even for me, that was kind of like a moment that made me go, wait, what? What do you mean Kieran knows? What do you mean? How would he know what we talk about on this random on a Friday night? So
I think
but
my
that's
favorite line that
definitely
he said was, "Oh, yep, I'm quite a fan of M's," and I was like, "Fuck yeah."
right? Like, yes, got my
Senpai
M's.
noticed me.
Also, Hannah is definitely someone I think we'll definitely try to go for Hannah. Maybe at the beginning of next year, in the beginning of next year, I reckon.
Let's just wait for TPM bullshit to sort of
once they've
ride
got their
its
stuff,
wave.
we'll let
And then maybe as we get into
Kiwi
election
cheers.
time, and it's just
they'll sort it out.
them
But
out.
we're definitely gonna. I want Hannah so badly. She is like my number one.
I think we can do it. Sure, we can do it.
Yeah,
we can make it happen.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, actually, the highlights have often just been the meetups. Like, I'm really excited for the meetup that we're going to be having on in Dunedin. That's going to be so cool.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to be having it. We just need to figure out exactly what.
Yeah.
I've seen Patrick is talking about a Friday night. Oh, Patrick.
Oh.
Well, he said he
Patrick.
talked to you about something about I don't fucking know.
I still need to sort out. Oh no, no. I think we have got our plan sorted. I think we can.
Cool.
I think we might.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to confirm something by next week. I reckon. So then, because I know there's some people from out of Dunedin that might want to come in and say hi.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. Oh yeah, we got a couple of memes, but you know what? Actually, I might just skip through some of them and just go to the funny ones.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, I mean funny as in not political. You know what I mean? The community is funny, but we're a very serious fucking bunch.
We can be.
Yeah,
our memes do get serious.
I mean, our memes have made you sad many a times.
They have.
I
think everyone needs to learn what a meme is.
Right? Children need to be exposed to healthy, heteronormative role models like an adult man with a cave in the garage lined with pornography and his wife who collects hilarious text art about how she chugs wine because you were born. Straight culture is wild. Mama, ooh, Oh yeah, Chewy posted this. Apparently, this is a well-known graffiti artist in Dunedin, Fellatio Fish. So this is Fellatio Fish, thanks to Chewy. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. No nuts,
Cool.
no members. My stepdad is waging war against a raccoon. His cat, Sinatra, is constantly the only casualty. The cat looks so confused to how this could possibly happen again.
Oh, no!
No, we're not putting it in the microwave. It just grimed in. It's more just saying the fun thing about picking up a cat from the street is that they know negative amounts of rules. Let's bring back leak speech. Why do I even try? I thought you meant the year, my lord. To peasants are revolting. We must sally forth against them. Forthwith.
That's one of my friends what do you call it? It's one of my friend's gamer tags, and now I finally understand what his name means.
Oh,
After
what?
all
Leak,
these years.
Like the
I
157?
never knew that's what they was referring to.
Oh yeah, it means like as an elite, but you just shorten it to leet. It's from like World of Warcraft shit. It's for fucking, if you know this stuff, you're a fucking nerd. I'm including myself.
Yeah. I just never knew that that's what his name was referring to. And now I know.
So funny.
Now I know. I'm so lame.
Halloween yard decoration champion 1456 to 1462. He has fallen victim to a phishing call. Mushy mushy.
Mush mush. Mush mush.
They should invent joints that don't hurt. How the fuck are you smoking them that it hurts? Oh shit, you mean like bones? Therapist, tell me, what do you think is your currently your biggest struggle? Keeping track of where I stole a meme so I don't repost it in the same group. This happens so often, honestly.
Ouch.
And this final one, which I loved the reference, but just remember who you are. Bop. Look at all this chicken.
Look at all damn chicken. I can't wait to pass that down to the next generation.
Oh,
and they'll
hell
have
yeah.
just no idea, because my husband and I just, every time we see a horde of animals, doesn't matter what.
Oh, yeah.
kind, children.
Oh, yeah,
point at them.
absolutely.
Look at all them chickens. If there's a group of moving, huddled,
Things.
animate objects, they are chickens. And one day I will pass it on to my nieces and nephews, and they will
Hell
be
yeah.
so bloody confused. But one of those things, like, you know, our parents have like their day memes, their day sayings that come from like music or like a TV show that they watched, and they kind of got passed on to us, but we don't actually know the origins of what they mean or anything.
Yeah.
It'll be that. It'll be that.
No, absolutely. I feel like how like kids these days don't actually know that hang up the phone is because you used to have to hang up the phone. Now they're just like, they don't go like this. They go like this or like this. It's crazy.
Well, I think taking a picture is a fucking one of these.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Or like the save
Disgusting.
button being a floppy disk, you know? We already have people who don't know that. Also, thank you. I really pride myself on my chicken impressions. I can do more, trust me. But we don't need to be doing chicken impressions. It's after our bedtime.
It is. Well and truly bedtime.
Yes. But if before you go to bed, vote for us in the podcast awards. That'd be real cool.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah. I realized you and Pat haven't, but me and Chewy have. I may have.
I had to ask for permission because I thought maybe it was inappropriate that I voted for my own.
He said that on the show. He outed you.
He's like, anything else? He called me up to yeah, I think it was to talk about the weekend, the exciting weekend coming up. He's like, anything else? And I was just like, are we allowed to vote for ourselves at the podcast awards?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are. Technically, I am an avid listener of the BHN podcast, so
I listen to Monday to Thursday.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
I just may also be participating in one of those podcasts.
Oh, we got
Fine.
super chat. Thank you for the reminder. We got a late fee from Rygen for $2. And thank you for the happy first year. We got also, when I read that out loud, I did actually hear it after I said it. It did sound racist, so I'm not gonna say it again. And for anyone who's like just listening, they might not get it, but thank God. $2. They describe this as just self-care but macho. NZ Doom, on behalf of geeks who like reading reports, I salute you. See? Also a reminder that our first year is paper. I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I'll figure out a paper present for you. Maybe I'll origami something.
Really?
Yeah.
It's paper?
Yeah, for the first year it's paper. You don't start getting to the good ones until like 5 or 10.
Oh, we got a congrats from Papa Pat. This is congrats on the 1 year anniversary. You guys are hardcore.
Yeah,
I bet you it's about to be followed up with, now go to bed, it's late.
Yeah. Or you've had 1 year, that was enough. You're done.
Yeah. We've tested and we're not going to continue.
The last super chat from Peter Syme. Subway, did you see the DC sandwich thrower one? No, no. I feel like this is a DC joke that I'm not understanding because I'm not a DC guy. Mr. Alex for $20. Thank you. I heard a pop. Oh.
What's going on?
Yo.
Did you accidentally
guys.
butt dial into our show?
No, I just thought I heard you talking about the 1 year anniversary, and I thought I should just jump in and say, congratulations, you guys are doing amazing things and going really well. So it's a good time.
Thanks for having us.
No, thanks for not burning us down too quickly. Just a low simmer. That's been the good thing so far.
We did try and burn down your house last Christmas, but that's fine. Actually, no, that wasn't us. That was
me.
Someone else.
That was me.
That was
and that
you.
was because we hadn't
No,
used.
we had supervisors. I was one of them.
Yeah, well, this weekend's lining up. We're not going to release too many details about exactly what's happening yet because we've got some stuff to sort out. But it's going to be huge. And if people are in Dunedin, we've got some surprises coming up for you. And if you're around Dunedin, it might be worth coming to Dunedin, especially for maybe something happening on Friday night. Maybe we'll see. Fingers crossed. But looking like fun.
Hell yeah! I'm so looking forward to it. It's
Yeah,
be
but
good.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, guys, that most people who do like podcasting or this kind of show thing that we're doing, they average about 10 episodes and then they disappear. That's sort of the average. So you guys have been going for a year, so that's 45, 50, depending how many weeks we took off over summer. And so it's pretty awesome.
No, yeah. I mean, I definitely saw it when I was editing together the videos. I was like, shit. We've really done a lot and come a far way. We definitely look a lot better now.
We do.
Yeah.
So we look a little crisper, cleaner, and probably sound a bit better too.
Yeah.
Nice. But that was all. And then I was also going to say, you guys probably need to go to bed. When it's like after 11 o'clock, is it? They're not time. Is this?
Well, if
That's
you keep
right.
speaking, we're definitely going to hit our longest episode. I think our longest may have been 11:15. So
Well,
Yeah,
no, I haven't got anything else to add. I thought I'd just duck my head in and say congratulations, and what an exciting next 12 months we're going to have.
Oh yeah.
The big one.
Can't
Yeah.
wait to see it. It's going to be a big
All
year.
right. Well, I'll let you guys wrap up. So not to interrupt you too much. Congratulations. Thanks for being a part of what we do. Excited about the weekend of the 5th, 6th. And we'll see you real soon. And kia ora to all the whānau watching right now.
Catch
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, team. See you, bye.
Good night.
Bye.